Housling Ignacio has lived in Avalon his whole life. He was home mid-March when the census sent out surveys to all households, but he says he didn't get it.
We actually had to go out of our way to be heard, to do the surveys.
Ignacio says his wife eventually called the borough.
A gal actually stopped by.
They are some of the few to have filled out the census for their Avalon home. Only 9% of Avalon households have responded to the 2020 census by mail, phone, or online. In 2010, the self-response rate was 12%. The low rate is problematic. It puts the burden on overworked census employees to knock on doors of those who haven't self-responded to the census. If the final count is inaccurate, it could have serious financial consequences for the next decade.
Do we want to be taxed out the wazoo here locally, or do you want to get assistance through the state and federally?
The Hurricane Sandy recovery grants that shore towns received were based on census populations. Wildlife restoration projects at the shore are also census-driven. Cape May County, where Avalon is located, has a low census response rate compared to other New Jersey counties. 32% of households in the county have self-responded. It's the same rate as in 2010. Jeff Beller is the Census Regional Director overseeing New Jersey. He says the percentages in Cape May County are low because many of the homes there are second homes, not primary residences. Still, owners have to fill out the census for every property.
If somebody gets the census at their shore house, then they're supposed to fill that out as well as the one that they would at their primary residence?
Yeah, what we ask them to do is fill it out, but you put that 0 people usually live or stay there.
The same goes for vacation homes in the Poconos or any other residence a person owns. The rule is you have to count yourself and your family in the home you're primary living in as of April 1st. For the other properties, you note that 0 people live there. The reason being the census counts both population and homes.
The Census Bureau needs to do a better job at really explaining the second home process.
Avalon Borough officials say they sent these flyers to property owners reminding them to fill out the census.
The number of housing units in Cape May County is important for planning and for budgeting purposes to understand how much a community can grow.
Delaware beach towns weren't much better than New Jersey. Rehoboth Beach has an 18% response rate and Dewey Beach has a 10% rate. For the investigators, I'm Claudia Vargas, NBC10 News.
And you can see how your area is doing with its response by going to NBC10.com/census. You'll also find information on how to complete the census.